in terms of the picks and the overall map. Are you saying that this is still going to be a cha1n overall win?
I think so. I think, honestly, regardless of what I saw from the picks, I probably would have gone with a 3-0 unless we saw some like 3 Death Knights from cha1n.
Right.
Yeah, now they've got to write the story themselves, and we are on cha1n off the beginning.
Well, let's see what this man can achieve. Already, whaz flies in and is gone. Straight into the fly swatter as cha1n will smite him down.
That's what we call a bad start.
We do.
Try not to do that again, whaz.
Avoid that.
Yeah,
avoid that.
Okay, so cha1n tentative approaches the heavy, realizes that, you know, this fight's a little bit difficult to engineer, so we'll just get out of there, and I'll see if I can look for a positive exchange later. cha1n's rails are generally the weapon you've got to look out for with him. He's exceptionally good with it. He hasn't really hit too much with it yet, but yeah, tentatively approaching that. Cautious that there might be a light pickup, but he also has to know that whaz will be looming over the heavy that is just spawning now. He hasn't heard the pickup, but that bounce pad should tell him everything that he needs to know.
Ooh. Tag comes through off the rocket. The LG going to come out to play. whaz, quite low, but actually was confident enough to go for a reface. That's actually pretty damn bold. cha1n now wanting to be the one to push the aggression, though. Goes in, starts to advance towards him. Okay. whaz comes flying around the corner, and that's a nice way to equalize it. One apiece now, Zoo.
Interesting. And heavy up in a second. He's going to take it. This is going to be maybe a bit more than a steal, in fact, because the machine gun is looking great. He's not going to pick up the rocket that's on the floor because there is a mega health spawning right this second. And oh my god, those nails are doing silly damage at the moment. He's got to be careful chasing through because there's a plasma field on the floor. A rocket. And I was just expecting it to disappear as soon as he got there. But he's safe.
It's a 2-1 split. Heavy being picked up once again as cha1n times it lovely. And now starts to reposition back over towards the Mega, where they might actually have a little bit of a fight for dominance here, actually. The Mega is up. It is going to be conceded, so cha1n's allowed to steal it. Constant spam out with the rockets, the near-miss rail as well, that actually if cha1n turned the corner quicker, he could have taken a face full of that.
Plenty of information for cha1n. He can back up onto this. Okay. Somehow whaz manages to chop the position. Has to watch out a little bit for the plasma, but can't get around that little corner to hop up on heavy. And the rockets will be good for cha1n just then. Still getting kind of close. A big chase there from whaz. My LG right back in his face, forcing his way onto Mega. whaz is trying to press the issue once again, but not quite rewarding himself with the kills.
Piercing sight going to be popped. cha1n using it to get the pre-fire rocket off. It doesn't actually connect in the way he wanted it to, and that's not ideal at all, as he has just been nailed to pieces there by whaz.
Slightly unexpected, actually. It didn't look like whaz was entirely prepared for it, but you know what? He'll take what he can get. cha1n knows the mega health was just swept up, but he's being bullied off the heavy. I love the position that whaz just secured, moving around through the shard alley, and then being able to sweep up the kill. Very, very well done. Totally free heavy armor afterwards. cha1n's in a lot of trouble. Doesn't really have the weapons. You've got a stacked Slash who, when feeling confident, it could be so mobile and pushing into you. A lot of damage taken by cha1n, and it's going to be another frag going the way of whaz.
So whaz is actually starting to build up a lot of momentum and confidence now, which is horrific if you are going to be on the receiving end of it, because this is not a position you want that man to get into. His comfort zone, that's when he really does start to excel. Near miss on the rockets, though, as he fully commits in once again. Both of them close in terms of their overall stack. Luckily, cha1n is able to scavenge himself the heavy and then begins to back off. Piercing sight is out. He has a good read on the exact position that whaz is in. Knows he's trying to hold out for the Mega that spawns in. He'll steal it here. And now they both clash heads once more. The rocket actually booped him off the ledge and stopped the fight.
I'd like, again, cha1n to take a fairly early position. Doesn't get the LG, annoyingly for him. But now it means that whaz takes a risk if he tries to get in here. But it looks like he's aware of what's going on, seeing if there's any exit damage. But cha1n is going to take an alternative escape and now has the piercing side up.
Ooh. Rocket going to connect, the LG as well, starting to spam him up. Big rockets casting through the sky, but it is going to be the rail that does the majority of the damage, nearly leaving cha1n absolutely annihilated on the floor. Oh, it's an awkward fight as he breezes past him. Somehow cha1n is still alive on this one. It looked like whaz was actually going to get another pick on the board.
Oh my god, what was that rail shot? Such great reactions from whaz then. Well, there was moments earlier, it was actually here where whaz was just standing a moment ago. cha1n was attacking onto the Mega Health and he stayed around for so long. He lost in excess of half of his stack and he hadn't really done any damage. If you're missing your initial shot, you probably shouldn't be committing. Especially if you're taking damage during that shot. That's telling you you've already lost the exchange. Don't cut your losses at that stage.
cha1n so low. I thought they were actually going to trade on each other then there.
Yeah, I mean, that was really, really close. I would have expected whaz to have at least gotten a mutual frag. I see how whaz wants to escape a bit as we do get this slash action for ourselves. Okay, that LG just burned right through him. whaz not expecting the push down, assuming that cha1n will keep up that connected position or maybe go down towards heavy. And that's allowed us to see a tied up game.
whaz hiding, just lying in wait now. As he's going to try and play towards the Mega. The Mega comes up. That'll be the pop of the active, so he can start to fall back. Gets away. Took so much damage for it, though, that it completely negates it and leaves him in such a worse position. And cha1n will play off the back of that, trying to fight towards him. whaz is low. Ooh. Can he get the rail? It was so close. It could have saved him. But instead, he will perish once more. cha1n with the lead now, straight back through as he grabs the heavy. whaz, surely he goes down again, Zoot.
I mean... If cha1n pushed there, he's a total maniac. There would be no reason to do that. And it was a delicate lead. Now he's got the Mega Health and he's feeling a bit better about himself. whaz needs to start getting on some other weaponry. He's been going pretty rail heavy. It's not been doing too much harm for him at all. Well, time to round off the game.
Well, 7 minutes 30 into this one. whaz with the defensive rockets coming nearby but not actually getting the kill off. That's a nice connection at least. Straight in with a rail as well with a follow-up shot. And whaz is just going to hold, playing a little bit more defensive, trying to set up a trap. Oh, cha1n.
I like it.
He knows. He suspects. Oh, he actually gets the connection off first as well, and he's going to come out on top with the kill. The lightning gun eliminating him. He outsmarted the professor.
I like that whaz is quick. Getting himself straight onto the heavy. Get weapons, get lightning gun, get rockets, get closer to cha1n. It's time to go with 2 minutes left. He's got so many good weapons. Mega's up in a moment, but that doesn't matter. Pick him up. This is a great chance for a kill. Oh my god, cha1n's landing so much damage though. whaz cannot keep it clean. He's going to get back up to connect. He should still win the race over towards the Mega Health. But cha1n abandons ship, only to go down... Well, down to the lower cabin where actually it's worse off. cha1n loses out on the heavy too, but whaz has got to get stuck right back in again. And with the speed and agility that he has, it shouldn't be too difficult to pick up another... Well, to pick a fight with cha1n.
Coming up to the 9-minute mark now. They need to do something on the next fight. It's going to be so impactful. Ooh. That is huge, though. whaz gets the kill, the juggle, knocks cha1n in the air, and then smacks him back down to reality with a railgun. Now only one frag away from the equalization. A frag in a minute, it's entirely doable. He gets himself some more stack to play with as well. The Mega for free is going to be even better for him as he is going to be grinning off the back of that one. Lands a filthy rail straight into the chest of cha1n, knocking him so low, the rocket to finish, Ooh. And now it's tied up, Zoot.
It's getting a bit spicy in here. 8-8, and honestly, with the wind in his sails, whaz is looking to pick up this map at the moment. He's going up close, and got to respect the nails a little bit. Going to take a bit more ammunition, but trying to block up over at the Mega Health. What can he do about heavy?
Surely he doesn't get both. Oh no.
Done really nicely there. I like the route that he picked. And he's hitting the cha1n is in insane amounts of trouble. If he survives here, it's a miracle. He's going to drop behind, but he's going to lose his life with 15 seconds to go. A map that is normally so great for cha1n whaz is going to take this. Where's cha1n at?
He's coming, he's right behind him, he's close, but surely there's no time, right? You've got 4 seconds. He does get the tag off, but that's it. You can't follow up from that. It's over.
Oh my god. What a string of control at the end for whaz, actually. cha1n just couldn't put a stop to it, and that's it. That's what happens when Slash can get heavy, mega, and then just in between, whaz did a great job of maintaining in control and landing the shots where he was picking the fights. There was that mutual frag, which is a bit of a concern, but he played off the spawn beautifully. Yeah, well done. Big surprise for me. I immediately am wrong, but happy to see that. whaz looking very, very competitive.
Yeah, doing so well there to actually bring it back and end it in the manner that he did. A huge clutch from a position where it was him sort of, you know, scraping back into the game to then just having the dominant victory over cha1n. Didn't even need to go to an overtime scenario at all. No sudden death. There was no need for it. Beautiful, beautiful way to open up this series. And it actually bodes well, because obviously both of us looking towards cha1n to be a bit of a favourite in this one. If whaz is going to come out all guns blazing, I'm going to be very happy to see it.
I'm gonna be delighted to see it, but it definitely puts question marks in the air for me, because cha1n is somebody who, for me to continue that progression I was talking about earlier, he needs to be getting some victories over whaz. So I really want to see cha1n picking up the next two. I think he's got a lot to prove still, at least he might feel that way. And yeah, it's time to take himself to that level. But for whaz, I mean, he's already done so amazingly in team modes, you know. He's got many feathers in his cap as it stands. For him, I guess if he can also take himself to that next level within duel, then it just kind of shows how much of a force he is.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of one of those factors, right, where it's like
been that force.
It's consistent to Brick, where we're kind of like, the idea is that in terms of a Quake player, this guy has so many strengths. But in duel, it's a little bit different because they're different fortes that he needs to focus on, right? Compared to all the experience that he has in other game modes. But if you can now utilize that and incorporate that whilst also getting better at just being a 1v1 superstar, you'll be sick. And he's starting to look like he is just pretty sick. So good stuff.
Sure. Well, we have got ourselves another map. We are moving into a Woken. We have a Nyx. We have a Doom. We have cha1n and whaz.
Well, let's see who is going to be fragging out like a lunatic and who will be on their bottoms at the end of this one. As we come into map 2, cha1n to start us off here, looking to try and put himself in a better position off the back of what happened on map 1 with whaz walking away as the victor. Already got all 3 of the weapons that he would want in his back pocket, though, Zoo.
Waiting patiently for the mega health. What kind of pressure can he put on down it? That's a lot of damage that whaz has allowed him to get. And just keep attacking. Well, whaz pushes in. If he had the lightning gun out, that's probably a kill, but he's missing the follow-ups. His weapon choices, I'm questioning. Now he's trying to make up for all of it. Are they both going out the map? That was extraordinary.
That was very good.
Was there a world where he could wall jump and get himself like across? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe he already wall jumped. That was insane. That was acrobatic.
That was good.
It was majestic.
Like the mighty gazelle. Wow. Amazing way to open this up. Probably the most influential first frag of the game we've had in quite some time as they both go down.
I'm blown away.
It was good. It was quite enjoyable. They kept that one secret.
Yeah, they did. Let's have some more. Got to watch out there. Sort of mini elbow. Ooh. Lovely scouting just then. Mega's been taken, but it doesn't really feel like it ever existed anymore for cha1n. However, he's dropping himself onto lots of major items, but taking vast amounts of damage. Holy hell, though. Stringing together some clutch rails to prevent himself from what seemed like almost certain death.
Getting borne down quite easily there. With not too much HP left on him. 44 is all that remains. Does go on the offense, though. Wanted to try and hunt down whaz as he escapes through. whaz getting the mega, puts himself into an even better position. So he's definitely gaining quite a massive lead over cha1n here, at least in this initial life.
Just desperate. Some resources, a light armor, please, something, anything. Good push from whaz, and it's forced out the Ghost Walk, is always a good sign. cha1n looks like he's considering to go for the perforation and ends up getting railed and on his transition through the teleporter. What a shot there from whaz.
That was really nicely done. A beautiful connection. cha1n leaps up, almost getting a shot off through the hurty hole. As he starts to fall back, spots him once again. There's a lovely connection on the rail, straight through the portal. cha1n is going to know what's up here, switches out to the LG, back to the rail, and it's a nice little land onto whaz to soften him up so much. He doesn't really have that much HP to play with. cha1n, though, can't really overcommit to this. He's only got 100 HP and 15 armor. The LG will really start to wreck down and leave whaz in a horrific spot. That's the frag found eventually as well. cha1n, if he starts to get momentum here on Awoken, it is such a scary side of him.
Still seems very tentative, very, very close game. cha1n not able to pull away at all. Forced to respecting whaz. Rightfully so. The Mega's going to be out in a moment. whaz, is he going to show his face? Comes in late for it. There's a surprise. Forces out the Ghost Walk. But cha1n does realize where the chase is coming from and knows he can secure himself the heavy armor. But we need some exit damage from whaz. Still holding a strong position on the map, but not going to find the deeps he needs.
cha1n, all in with the LG. Oh, not again. Oh.
Well, it was cha1n that went out last time.
Yeah, but that's what, the 8th, 7th ring out of the day?
There's a lot of ring outs today.
There has been many.
I like it. Let's make it a full dozen.
Can we get 12? 12 ring outs.
We need to catch up a little bit, otherwise Rafa and Dehango to make up for it. What? Is he going backwards there?
I told you. The offensive berserk, the big man punchy punch.
Oh, there's a rail from whaz on top of that. He's got himself a lead. What's going on over here? cha1n's stacks just being ripped apart by... well, by everything.
Yeah, whaz is looking fired up today. He's turned the tempo up. He's turned the base up to 11. Let's see if he can melt some more faces here. whaz.
Look at the stack that he's got. It's like, oh, you did some damage? That's cute. cha1n just had to get the hell out of there. He's like, man, I'm just under so much pressure at the moment. He needs to sort of stabilize in this game. Otherwise, things are going to go pretty rotten for him. Drop down, missed rail, and get out. Give up the free mega health, and hope that your luck turns elsewhere. He does hear the heavy. But some LG right there, catching him mid-air. You got that 90 damage, but it just can't be more in that instance. His rails are very good. They're preventing whaz from chasing as much as he would like to do so. And now his control is not that dominant at all. Again, more and more rails. But what is your follow-up? You've got to do some damage on the mega health now. And you missed a rail shot. If he's using the LG maybe 30% of the time here instead of rail, all of a sudden he manufactures something, I'd say, a bit more serious.
Ooh, the direct rocket is going to connect. That's a nice way to open things up. Ghostwalk has to come through. He was looking to try and go for a bit of an inside-out play, but it's not worth it. Couldn't overcommit to that fight just yet. Backs off, picks up the HP bubbles to at least restore himself somewhat and get some extra sustain, but he is so low. Constantly taking damage. That's an awful lot as well, as he nearly falls. 10 HP Zoot cha1n clutching on.
This is scary, man. This is really, really scary for cha1n. Silver lining for him, he does find the light, and now all the lights have spawned, but oh my god, I've just taken everything on this side of the map, and you're going to rail me once more? There it is. It's got to be a kill, but he's got the Ghost Walk on this occasion. Where is whaz going to guess? Oh, you can hear the rail almost skimming past him. This is cha1n and the Great Escape.
Almost back at 100 HP, but that'll be everything he has to play with. He does have weapons, but it doesn't matter if he can't start to chip away at whaz's HP pool. Yikes. It's a bit of an awkward miss on the cross. Almost got his Ghost Walk back up at least.
Yeah, that's pretty big for him. And the fact that he's managed to retain some armor for a while is also big. He's sitting on here for a while. I'm not sure the reasons. He takes a lot of damage, forced to use the Ghost Walk yet again. Can't drop down to that light armor. It's in too dangerous of a spot. Thinking, where the hell do I have to go? The thing is, cha1n's also got to find a frag somehow. Because right now, it's just surviving is hard enough. And I would love whaz has got to somehow capitalize on all this control he's been getting. He needs to find the extra damage. There's still no Ghost Walk up. whaz finally finds the frag, moves away from the item rotation for just a quick second onto the cha1n Express detour.
2 minutes that remain, whaz. Oh, he had the extra HP to play with, but he's going to be losing a lot of that lead instantly as cha1n already comes back through, hammering down onto him there with the rockets. Now pushes towards him, trying to go for a very confident approach.
No way.
Not again!
No way.
Can we have a compilation of the ring outs over the course of the day? Can someone make that?
Replayed repeatedly, a la Tox. Got Ghost Walk. Oh, whaz does get a stack up a little bit. There's still time though. cha1n. Can you find some lights anywhere? There's going to be a heavy in 5 seconds. And that's going to be a nuke.
Alright, thing is,
LG light?
it's a 1 kill difference in 1 minute. And I feel like this is pretty much the same scenario we had previously.
1 minute warning.
So the chance is
Not
this
too
could
different.
give us something explosive, Zoot, and last like 40 seconds here.
Yeah, well, cha1n is running out of time massively though. He needs that light. He's looking at these resources and like, please, can I have them? Oh, he's going to steal a heavy, actually. This is big. This is big. whaz shouldn't really be fighting here. This is, I dare say, is slightly better for cha1n because he's got to force a crazy situation, and the situation's starting to get pretty crazy. 30 seconds. Mega Health spawned. Can still expect a bit of a surprise. Bounce pad used. There's a rail shot. You've got to close the gap now. You're probably going to have to rocket jump too. But I think he wants to rocket jump with a heavy. Oof. Oh my god, he's leaving it so late. 10 seconds from when he takes the heavy armor. Goes up towards the tri-bolt, blocked a little bit by his movement. He can't seem to move. whaz is going 2-0, Jackie.
This is ridiculous.
2-0, man.
That's a big win. That's a huge win overall. whaz in such a lovely position here actually to potentially be able to walk his way through and
Wow, I'm blown
maybe
away,
take
man.
a free Ozu, which that's crazy.
So you know, like the stuff we are talking about at the beginning, it's whaz looking at us going, "You idiots,
Yeah.
you idiots."
He's be furious.
So, hope not.
His
Love
hands
you
will be tremoring, holding onto his tea plate. There'll be tea going everywhere.
What do you take whaz for?
Some kind of zoot. The amount of ring outs alone in that game, very interesting.
I mean, the first frag itself definitely told us how insane this map was going to be. And it's just, that's such a cute little like rocket as well. It seems so innocent, but there's just there's a low barrier to entry on that exit of the map.
Just as it hits you and then pushes you the whole way out, you're just gone. You're sent flying.
Was this the other one? Yeah, I was really surprised about that. It looked like the pillar kind of blocked him, but somehow some extra momentum came from somewhere. That was really surprising, but I mean, crap, is whaz going to go 3-0 now?
Maybe.
That's a big, big result for whaz. And I think he's been kind of alright, is what I'd say his performance QPL so far has been. It's been alright.
Right.
But now it's becoming more than alright. This is what... It doesn't matter whether it gets 3-0 now or 2-1, but it goes from alright to, if it goes to 3-0.
He had your curiosity, but
Yeah.
now he has your interest.
Quite.
Well, maybe he actually will be able to secure himself a 3-0, which obviously it would be an incredible feat. It's also those extra 4 points that would give him 8 in total, which could be quite crazy, because if whaz is able to secure all those extra points, the position, again, that we've been talking about tonight, of how much it can shake things up because of how close, within like 4 or 5 points, everyone kind of is in the middle of the pack,
Yeah.
he would actually move so far up.
I'm actually feeling pretty good about a 3-0 at the moment for whaz, because I rate Strog quite a lot from what we've seen from him. We saw what Dramus was able to do with him on Molten Falls. Yeah, I don't know what cha1n's got to do, but he's got to wake up. I don't think he's playing particularly bad at all. I think just whaz is playing at a higher level today, or when this was recorded.
Yesterday, I think, right?
Yes, yeah. Ooh, that's nasty. cha1n just caught out.
See, if he was English, that would sound like he was just going, sound. You know what I mean? And just livid.
what, banter or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, sound. A minute into this one, whaz already with the first kill. Looks to try and add a second as well, and of course, he'll be able to take it as he zaps his way through cha1n in seconds.
I think it's safe to say there might be a frowny face on cha1n at the moment, and he's got to turn that frown upside down.
You do, that would make a smile.
Yeah. And then he's just got to whoop ass from there.
Well, whaz is definitely doing that portion of things as he's been absolutely fragging. He's in position to try and look for another one though and make it 3 frags already into this matchup.
Oh, denies. Oh, it just makes me feel good, man. Just like seeing that. Keep denying. Oh, dude, deny that. Deny the crap out of it. Oh, he just did.
It's like a game of Dota. It's denying all the creep.
And now you push in, you're like, you've got no armor, mate. You want armor so bad. I can smell how much you want armor. It's disgusting. Just go get him. Go get him, Tiger.
There's only a second left on the spawn for the heavy as well.
Oh, deny the light before taking the heavy. Oh.
Had to get Zoot excited.
Oh, he didn't do it. That's fine. He did the 2 denies. Pretty fond of that. But cha1n is starting to get some resources. He's been hoping it would be slow. Now baiting onto this. Light. Oh, it's good bait. Great bait. I mean, it's pretty simple strats that we're seeing from whaz, but it's been so effective at the moment because he knows exactly what cha1n is trying to achieve. He's nullifying everything. Oh, deny. Deny, man. You got 100 armor. Oh. whaz.
There you go.
Oh. And he's going to find him as well! Oh my god! It's even better than I thought.
That was a full impact. My goodness.
Savagery, man. cha1n just feels stuck at the moment. Like, whaz is in his brain. The rockets here are good. Orb out. Rail there would have been spicy. This light's not up straight away, I don't think.
Ooh. LG coming through. It's an awkward close quarters confrontation between the two sides. Whoa. Heavy's up soon, and he's going to get it and a frag for absolutely free. Actually, he has to go back. Mistiming it there.
It's preventing some mega light armor denials. whaz is just playing a very, very solid game at the moment, actually. whaz is getting... Sorry, cha1n is getting caught out, surprisingly. Look, he's trying to be there to land this out-of-control damage, but there's not really any that just denies, man. Denies is excellent. This is... And the reason it's so good is because it's so clearly just starving cha1n of this many resources. cha1n's starting to hit a little bit more damage with these rockets. Gonna all force his way onto the heavy. I like that. He's just got to take matters into his own hands now and just find some control somehow. But jumping into a load of LG, now things don't feel so good. The rockets are just spectacular from whaz, and the numbers are getting bigger and bigger for this man.
Constantly growing into a larger lead. whaz looking so confident in the way he's been able to approach this game so far. This could be a 3-0 so easily if he carries on with this mindset and this level of atrocity being displayed on the server. Still has a much larger stack. He's got all the firepower in the world that he could possibly want at this point. Gets close back over to fight for control of the Mega. It's going to be up in 4 seconds as he sits waiting for it, listening out in case cha1n is going to be doing the same as well. Hears him, predicts it, wants to try and take him down, opens it up with the LG, denies the light, takes the Mega, and then sets off once again a roam.
Ooh. Very, very solid game at the moment for whaz. Not expecting this kind of level. He's in cha1n's head. The fundamentals are just perfect from him. I mean, what's there to complain about? It's so good. And he's going to try and follow up for another. He knows exactly where he is. There's another rail. It's like, oh mate, there's a light armor here. You probably want that. Oh, dude, he's going to deny again. I'm so happy at the moment. It's like euphoric. The way that whaz is handling all of this, because a lot of people will do like a round of denials, but the fact that he's so consistently doing it, it's almost like he's making it personal with cha1n. You know what I mean? I don't think I've seen any game where there's this amount of denials, let alone in just half a map, right?
I mean, the thing is, it's smart. Like, it is very clever if you can actually pull it off so efficiently, because you're constantly starving your opponent to have literally nothing to fight you with. And it's worked out so well in all of these battles between whaz.
And there's another light. He can't deny it, but he can punish on it. And so straight away he's like, cha1n, if you want it, you're going to have to pay for it, okay? We got the light armor tax introduced, 2019.
You got a license for that light armor?
Yeah. It's just a provisional he's got. Oh, Mr. L, okay. Couple of missed opportunities right there for whaz, and that's making his life a little bit difficult. So now it's no longer about denials, it's about just straight up taking it for himself.
It was almost a pick there for cha1n as well. He got whaz so low, but just couldn't quite fully commit on it. In terms of the ammunition at this point, you've only got 4 rockets left, but he does have enough for the backups to play with. You've got the LG on 80, you've got 10 rails as well.
cha1n's been looking for this opening for the entire game, though. Everything. And all of a sudden now, cha1n has got the control, but there's only 3.5 minutes. He has to get this first frag very soon, I think. But whaz hears everything, knows everything. And I think he's just going to play this incredibly carefully. I think the smartest thing right now, if he wants to continue making it personal, is just try not to be seen on the map. Oh, this is a good push. Really strong push from cha1n. And that caught him by surprise. cha1n was so quick getting into there.
It's a good initiation, but he still needs 4 more frags to actually equalize the situation and be in a position to really start to run away with things here. Otherwise, whaz is going to be in that driving seat. It does seem like it, the way he repositions around. Rocket jump straight in, grab the Mega on the way. That's way better.
So good. Again, taking matters into his own hands, getting great burst deep damage out. LG, whaz wants to fight this. Kind of dangerous, actually. But he's being... oh my god, his aggression almost rewarded then. This is a very solid comeback at the moment. whaz has stopped being quite as silent and deadly around the map. And he's getting caught off guard. Like, he's 2 seconds early for this mega health. The rocket damage is still going to come out. It will be a mutual. Let's see who this ends up benefiting. whaz spawning lightning gun. Heavy not up for a while. I wonder what weapons cha1n got. He's at least got the railgun, that's for sure. He's got the rockets too, it seems. Oh, the old rocket misses! He almost takes himself down, but cha1n brings it to within 1.
This is doable. This is so much of a better position. whaz was in the driving seat for so long, but now it seems like his hands have slipped off the wheel, and cha1n has taken over. If he gets 1 more kill, they can fight it out from that point forwards, potentially playing into sudden death, but I don't think he'll be slowing down. I think this is where he really starts to unleash. The cross coming through from whaz. Exposed in the open, uses the Pika as a very large nuisance, then the full commit. Huge tag from cha1n, solo, barely staying alive on 3 HP. whaz doesn't want to overcommit to this though, instead backs off and grabs the heavy.
Very, very close. Tough to tell what the right thing to do for whaz then, but I'm pretty sure he was super low as well, so being able to back off he's probably not super unhappy with. But still, 1 frag lead is fickle. He has got a stack advantage at the moment, and that desperation from cha1n is becoming more and more apparent. 5 seconds until his heavy armor detects exactly where whaz is. He's going to try and rendezvous over at the mega health. Finds him, and whaz did not seem ready for that, but he needs to use this orb to secure that control very quickly. Problem is for him now, he doesn't have the orb to get closer to where whaz is. Right, he's getting himself a few... Ooh, that was a really lovely rocket jump. Oh my god. Don't tell me this is going to happen, man.
whaz, so low. cha1n, surely he can find this. He's not got much time. If he can do that in the next 15 seconds, he can clutch it out and take it into a sudden death, but the movement's starting to struggle for him. The cracks are showing.
He's below.
It's the incorrect decision on the move as well, and I don't think he's going to find it. You've got 5 seconds now. whaz has avoided him, and whaz is going to win it off the back of the time, meaning that he will get all of those points. The additional 4 points going directly into his points on the standings. That is rough.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane. Totally blown away from whaz. Remarkable performance. The first 6.5 minutes was some of the most dominant stuff I've seen all day, and we saw a Woken between cha1n and Wenger where cha1n was playing out of his mind. I just thought that the way that whaz played against cha1n just there, totally top tier. cha1n did manage to get his way back into it, but he just really didn't give himself quite enough. I think like another